Hey you guys, it's me, it's Nita, and I'm back for another Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 13, the season premiere, the season opener. Due to the Rona and Black Lives Matter, this episode is pretty much reality TV. So I thought the episode was pretty somber and didn't give much. I mean, but you can't give much where you can't do much. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know when they first started filming and stuff like that. I just think they couldn't really do much. And so I think they started out and showing Portia with this activism, talking about Black Lives Matter and addressing the stuff about the Rona. And for some reason, I feel like there's some editing going on with this. As far as timelines and when things happen, I could be wrong. There starts out with showing the civil unrest that's going on around the world and what happened with the Black Lives Matter and all the protesting and stuff like that. So we start out with Portia and her activism. You know, everybody already heard the story about Hosea Williams, and you know, I don't know. I don't even know if I buy Portia doing all this. Like, girl, you ain't even know about the Underground Railroad.
For the railroad at some point, because somebody's driving the train. It's not electric like what we have now.
It wasn't a train, baby.
Really? Like, you really thought, like, there was an actual train that took them through?
I'm saying
it wasn't a train at all. They use it. That is just a euphemism, baby. It's a bigger city.
I'm thinking it was like widespread.
No.
It's almost hurtful to me to watch her be so dumb.
It's a euphemism for people that are connecting together, trying to work their way to freedom.
Right.
They know he's not talking about put 50 cents on the train or on the damn public bus.
But it wasn't really a train.
You had to sneak to the next spot.
You didn't hide it.
I know
to the next spot, and this was a
But
spot
I
on
know
the road.
one particular person made it. They actually went down there and well, how did they get it?
Her grandfather, Hosea Williams, just rolled over in his grave.
It's not a train.
No, I'm saying, like, how did they even get through there in the first place?
Portia, it's not a real train. It's not a real road.
Cynthia wants to get married on 10/10/20. That's a bomb date. I cannot. I like it. I like the date. The date is bomb. It's nice. But where Cynthia loses me is when she could just go ahead and get married on that date, and you'll still have the significance of the date, and it will always be your anniversary. It will always be the date. But if you can't, because of the Rona and you got the restrictions, I don't understand. Like, do the ceremony later when you can. It's not that big of a deal. And it was like she was making it a big deal. I was like, girl, how old are you? Like, no. And then Mike was like, aren't I enough? And he was just like, I don't understand why. I mean, right, it was just so immature and just, I haven't had my happily ever after. You, girl, you don't know if that man your happily ever after. He could be your Mr. until the next time, the next happily ever after. So you just don't know. Also, there was a scene where Mike, he was admiring that booty, because that booty is big. And it then got juicier and juicier. That girl, she got juicier. Like, them titties was plump, and that ass is plump too. So, I mean, she's just juicy. He was like, I love looking at you. I know that. I said, I know that's right, Mike. And he was talking about how she be having sex. He was like, he glad that they back on the East Coast, but when they was on the West Coast, because his children live in LA, and all her actually Noel lives in LA now. Yeah, because it was too many kids. Too many kids. I'm sorry, y'all. I heard something. You couldn't be, all buck wild with your sexcapades or whatever. So he was saying that she sounded like a car revving up. I was like, huh? And he was like, ee. I said, who the hell sound like that? And she was like, he ain't lying. I do sound like that. I was like, oh, girl, you need to watch some Pornhub. Girl, get you some lessons on how to sound, child. Woo. So Kenya was in the car going to see the attorney. She was talking to Brandon, and baby, that's the worst I have ever seen Kenya look. Now, I know we don't have the glam squad and all that stuff. What she said, she gained 30 pounds. That was not just corona weight. That was not just quarantine weight. That is stress. If that man is stressing you out and making you look like that girl, off with his head. No, Kenya, bitch. I'm gonna need you to snap out of it. Well, we seen later on that she was able to lose the weight because in her confessional she was back snatched looking. So she lost the weight back. But child, that's what I said. I was like, what is going on with this editing? I don't know exactly. Like, I know, like, even in the trailer, Kenya looked good during most of the season. Most of the trailer that they put her in, she looked good. But that scene, I was like, ooh. Oh, say a prayer for that girl. I was just like, that is stress. And that is that man. And she was talking about she couldn't fasten up her dress. I said, ooh, girl. She goes to the lawyer's office, and he was basically saying, well, you can do a separation or you can do a divorce. He probably was looking at her like, he did. He said something to her. He was like, you gotta stop being so self-deprecating. And yeah, pretty much so. I mean, she's going to take the steps and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I feel like she's giving him too many chances. And it would be a no for me. A hard no, full stop. She was like, I'm not trying to be self-deprecating. I'm not. I'm here trying to take the steps. But girl, look what you got. Look like, girl. Absolutely not. Cut him. So later, Kenya invites Candy and Cynthia over. She took them in her backyard to show her new project. Was this big, huge ass pool that looked like it was going to be dope as fuck. She really did a good job in the house. Like, clean. I love clean. Clean. They talking with some wine. She's talking about Mark Daly, girl. Girl, he don't like you. Period. He don't like you. And I'm still trying to figure out how y'all got together and had this baby. But he don't like you. Like, make it make sense, Jesus. Candy and Cynthia is basically like he don't talk to her right. He don't treat her right. Candy was like, well, I think she should just cut her losses. And I'm like, period. That's it. That's it. We're not going to keep going through this season after season after season. No. Absolutely not. They get in their confessionals both basically saying leave his ass. Portia goes to Kentucky for Breonna Taylor's protest. She gets arrested. You remember when she got arrested with Yandy, Tamika Mallory, her and all that stuff or whatever. They show some footage of Hosea Williams, some pictures and stuff like that, and some footage of when they got released out of the jail or whatever. And Portia was talking about how dirty the jail was and all of that. Candy's trying to get Riley out the house to wash her car. They're all going outside to wash their cars. Little AC Pooh, he gonna be a star. Did y'all see his side note? Did y'all see his commercial with Mama Joyce and Candy for Portal? I think that's a new app or something that that has one person being able to kind of do like a storybook to younger children or something like that. I thought it was so cute. Candy gets the bag. You hear me? Taurus trait. Get into it. And also, he did get a role. He was casted in either a TV show or a movie. I saw him on live, on Candy's live or on Todd's live, and he had a script in his hand. I said, AC Pooh, you better do it. You hear me? Okay. Y'all gonna be mad at me, but I'm just gonna say it. Riley had no business getting no nose job at the age of 17. There, I said it. Then they started talking about this conversation. I mean, she looks totally different. It don't even look like her no more. It's like I was getting ready to tweet. I didn't want to tweet it because then I felt like it might have just been hurtful and mean spirited. Not mean spirited. I was just like, she just doesn't even look like Riley anymore. I was just like, what is she trying to look like a? I guess that's the dangers of Instagram and seeing certain images and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, it just doesn't even look like her personality. It just doesn't look like her. Like, I was just like, no. Then they started talking about NYU because, you know, she's going to college there. And then Candy says that it's going to be very expensive sending her to college or whatever. They got in a situation with money. And then Candy was like, well, my money about to start going to your tuition. And she was like, well, brought up her father, back child support. And interestingly enough, Candy reveals that Block called her, asked her what, told her that she acting like a broke ass hoe when she brought up child support. Come again? A broke ass. What? Girl. Look. I don't care how much money I have. We both laid down and had this baby. Just because my success garnered me money does not absolve your half or your portion to raising your child, our child. The fuck? I was just like, I could not believe. I said, girl, he would have got cussed the fuck out. You hear me? All the way. He was like totally unacceptable. Unacceptable now. So, I don't know. They're talking about maybe trying to pursue something with the father. And then so she was like, well, if we bring it up again, are you, willing to try to mend some kind of relationship with him? And she was just like, I guess. And then Candy in the confessional with the broke up cry. Yeah, and when he was supposed to come see her, he didn't come. I know. I mean, it sucks. It sucks. Really. Last scene is Candy going to see Don Juan at Blaze Steakhouse. If Candy don't know how to do nothing else, baby, it's get the bag. So, another restaurant. I think this is going to be a little bit more upscale. Heard that in Atlanta, her restaurants are doing super, super well, even during the pandemic. Let's see. Don Juan is there working. He comments on her braids or something. Cynthia FaceTimes Candy and said, did you see something about Portia getting arrested? And so they talk about that. And that's that on that. Y'all, the episode, I give it like a C-. Like, it was like nothing. But it was just a season opener. I miss Eva. I do not miss the Wicked Witch of the West, Miss Lanithia. The show is missing something. It's missing a personality. The girls don't have no conflict. There's no conflict there. So I guess with the newcomers, but when are they coming? I heard I watched a interview with Cynthia, and she was saying Drew Sidor comes like later in the season. I'm like, girl, why? Because I don't want to sit up here and watch y'all like all of their stories and their lives have played out over the years. Like, we've been watching these girls for 10 years. All this stuff is recycled mess. Even that mess with Block, that's recycled and rehashed. Candy opened another restaurant. We seen that. Like, we seen it all. You know what I'm saying? So we seen Kenya having a bad time. I guess we could just see her putting herself together. I need her to get herself together ASAP, baby. But in the trailer, look good. I think she gonna get herself back together. So, hope she does that expeditiously. But yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching, especially if you made it to the end of the video. Once again, make sure you get down in the comments, like, subscribe, follow me on social media. I do live tweet during the show. So if you want to get down on Twitter, follow me at Nita Bougie. On Twitter, and I'll see you guys next week for the next review. Real Housewives of Potomac coming up next.